Hello, everyone. It's Reverend Matthew here with my son, and we're here today to talk with Sherryll Murphy, and she is the lay director of the Cursillo movement here in our diocese. Good day, Sherryll.
Hello,
How are you today?
I'm pretty well, thank you. It's a nice sunny day out, so yeah.
It's a beautiful day today. We have some questions. Ben says he's a little bit shy today, so I might ask more of the questions than usual, but that's okay. Can you tell us what a lay director does with Cursillo?
I'm the lay director for the Nova Scotia and PEI Cursillo movement. That's the entire diocese. But um, I just want to talk a little bit about what Cursillo is, right? Before I talk about what I do, if that's okay.
Sure
Uh,
thing, absolutely.
so Cursillo is a short course, essentially, in Christianity, and it's a faith development tool or method. It's an international, and then for you, that means a worldwide, and that would be something like a maybe Boy Scouts or Beavers, right? It's a worldwide ecumenical uh, group and organization, and as lay director, I am the chair of the board, let's say. Secretariat is the board that manages Cursillo in the diocese, and I am for the chair of the board, the lay director. So, and so that means that I hold meetings, really sometimes very, very, very boring meetings, Ben. And but we also, like, I mean, during those meetings we talk about, we have one weekend per year where we bring together candidates for Cursillo, and we have we do a short course in Christianity, and it's a bunch of talks or stories, and we eat together, and we sing together, and we worship together, and we laugh together, and sometimes we even cry together. And it's a really fantastic weekend, and it's focused on our candidates. So, and once those candidates complete that weekend, then they're Cursiestas.
That sounds great. And so, how do you help God in God's world?
So, absolutely through Cursillo. Um, there's after your weekend, there's a period of time, or every time, all the time after your weekend with Cursillo is called your fourth day. And so we have Ultreas on a regular basis, and we have group reunions, which are small group, um, a group of people get together to talk about their faith based on what they're doing in terms of piety, what they're doing in terms of study, and what they're doing in terms of action. So Cursillo encourages all of those things. So we, as a we don't have any specific ministries in Cursillo, right? There are a number of groups that have a ministry with um, like Phoenix House, or another that has a ministry with providing things in their parish. So personally, what I do, I'm the lay director, but personally, what I do is I'm a lay minister. I work. I'm very interested in anti-Black racism. I'm very interested in our Indigenous equality issues, and I work in those areas. I'm not I'm not, one of the things that Cursillo does is really help people to build their faith and to have a community um, where you can easily and very comfortably talk about your faith, right? Which is not something that's always been the case. I mean, I think that ordained folks have a group that they can speak freely with about their faith and the things that they believe about faith. But it's not been that easy for lay people, other than within their churches. This is a larger group that allows you to speak about your faith, and I think that it helps you, and I know that it helps you grow so that you can talk about your faith in other areas of your life. Certainly for me, it's helped me mature in my faith so that I can talk about my faith with anybody, right? And am comfortable doing that. So
That sounds like a lot of empowerment for lay people that perhaps encourages them to share their faith and to work on things in their community to help use their gifts and talents for helping God's kingdom. Is there anything you
absolutely.
find challenging in your ministry?
So uh, many of the things that the church is finding challenging is challenging to the Cursillo movement. I mean, we're still we're a group of um, unfortunately uh, mostly older individuals, because that's who is involved in our churches, and for the most part, that is where we gain our Cursillistas, right? So so we have dwindling numbers and dwindling able-bodied people, let's call it that, not um, not able-minded people. Like we have tons of people who can do lots of things, but um, we also have people, lots of people who cannot do physical things, which we might want to be able to do, like to um, work in a soup kitchen or that kind of thing. Um, COVID has really created some concerns for us, because we too are online with our ultras and our groups, um, and it of course makes a huge difference. We're a very touchy-feely bunch, and we love music and we love to sing, and those things are not permitted for us right now. So it's been, and we are accustomed to meeting as community in groups, right? So
Right.
yeah, um,
That sounds very challenging right now.
yeah, it is very challenging,
It sounds like
right?
it will be for some time.
And it
So,
will be for some time, but we're trying, right? We're trying. We're holding Ultreas online. We're meeting as groups online. Uh, we did have a small work group get together to move our supplies 2 weekends ago. So that was, it was absolutely wonderful to see each other face to face, right?
that's a good segue for our last usual question, which is what does bring you joy?
So absolutely, my faith brings me joy. Brings me joy every day, right? Um, Singing brings me joy. My family brings me joy. Um, the fact that I have hope about uh, racism and prejudice and anti-Semitism and the whole 9 yards brings me joy because of what's happening in the world today. Um, I visited my sister, who's in a home in Cape Breton, 2 weekends ago, and I had couple of outside visits with her last weekend, and that certainly gave me joy. And my group is it's a group of 5 of us. There are 5 women in my group, and they bring me joy every single day.
Well, that is great. I'm glad you see joy. I'll say it this way, that it sounds like you're seeing little rays of light of God's kingdom bursting through in all sorts of different places in your life. So that's wonderful.
Oh, yes. I have joy in my work. I wake
If
up
people,
every day with joy, right?
and if
And
people
that
want more information about Cursillo, where would they go to find it?
they would go to www.cursillo. Oh, I
A
can't
Google
remember this.
search.
Well, yeah, do Google search.
Yeah,
Just Nova Scotia and PEI Cursillo.
there you go.
Yeah,
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much for sharing your story and sharing what you do with the Cursillo movement. We appreciate it.
I'm very pleased to share with
Wonderful.
you. Thank you,
And God bless you.
and God bless you.
Want to say goodbye to Cheryl?
Bye. Bye, Ben.
Bye.